What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Locked On Sharkudas, the premier hockey podcast covering your favorite team in the Bay Area. I'm screaming, turn down your volumes in your cars, your AirPods. I was going to say HairPods. I don't know what a HairPod is, but if you have those, turn those down too. Headphones, Walkman, Discman, Boombox. Turn the volume down. There's going to be a lot of yelling. Just various things.
Just a lot of grunt,
a lot of grunting.
Like
your dad having sex. Man, Shopify and corporate are listening to this. This is a good start. I'm your host, Kyle Demetrius. Back with me, as always, is my co-host, David S. Pumpkins. It's a joke for you YouTube listeners. All you insurrectionists are very confused right now. It's about hockey. The Sharks beat the Sabres 5-3. The brand has possibly become sentient like Skynet.
It's too strong.
It's too strong.
You're Locked On Sharks, your daily podcast on the San Jose Sharks. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Remember when all the smart writers and all the front office people said that Ryan Merkley was bad?
He's too small to play in the NHL. He can't play defense.
It's the same bullshit that they gave us against the Nashville Predators, where William Eklund couldn't play or whatever because he was too small because they're a heavy team. Get the hell out of here! Ryan Merkley made dudes fall, legitimately fall.
Yes,
I don't know what you want, but if you wanted to draft a defenseman who was just going to sit in his own zone and play defense and do nothing, then you came to the wrong spot. They drafted him for offense, and boy, did he get offense. Ryan Merkley scored his first goal of his career. I was going to say season, but it's also his career. More notable. And scored his career. God, the guy is so good with the puck. And I told you guys to turn down the volume. I'm yelling. I'm literally screaming in my bedroom. Hyped up. If you've ever done drugs, this is what it's like. A man is yelling in your ear the whole time. If Ryan Merkley brought to the table exactly what we thought he was going to bring, he brought offense, he brought vision. He's literally taking guys in the NHL who are legitimate NHL players and dangling them at the blue line and making heads-up plays. And the other thing was, in his own zone, he was in the right spots. He was making defensive plays.
In his own zone, dude. Oh.
I don't know why we have to pretend like he wants to be in the AHL or anything. And he obviously, maybe this season, he's got off to a better start, which he has in the AHL. But the guy's got talent, and this team needs to replace goals and have some offense and have some finishing. And I know his shot was kind of a weak wrister, but that's what you got to do. You got to get the pucks on the net, and you got to put them in positions to bounce in and stuff like that. And that's what he did. Why am I ranting? JD, you can speak at any time. This is a happy podcast.
I know you're like angry, but like
no, I'm not angry. I'm just excited. I'm waving my arms around like a weird, wacky, inflatable arm tube man. That's a hard thing to say really fast.
Wacky, waving, inflatable tube man. Yes.
I'm recovered from a hangover, and I'm here to say
Ryan
Merkley.
The
defense cannot come back after COVID the same that it was for the first 7 games.
No,
that would be malpractice.
Oh, like this team right now, this is the most fun Sharks team that we've watched since their cup run, and like even like
Speaking
then
of
the regular
Logan
season
Couture,
was
Logan Couture. Hold on. I want to make sure we get this. Logan Couture says this is the most fun he's had with the Sharks in a couple years. Quote, "This is fun. You wake up in the morning and you're happy. Eat your heart out, Evander Kane."
Yeah, Evander Kane does not need to be anywhere.
If they put him back on this team, I don't know how. Like, how do you cheer for this team after? Like, I understand why, because we have problems. But how do you cheer for this team if Evander Kane comes back? Anyway, I cut your point off. I'm too all jitter. I need to mellow out.
But no, Merkley, like the way he played in his own zone too, like amazing. He had a great positioning. He stopped the, like he's not gonna go through and just body dudes, but his whole thing is gonna be his positioning and his stick checking. And you saw that tonight. But then in the offensive zone where he is just like baby Carlson out there just roaming around, like dangles a dude and then just slides into the dot and takes a shot right there, like trying to get a second goal. I know they were up like 5-2 at that point, but like, yeah, like Radim Šimić is not doing that. Marc-Edouard Vlasic isn't doing that. Like
Mario Ferraro is not even doing that.
Mario Ferraro, who
he does a different thing.
He does different things,
He's
totally
not
different
doing
player.
that.
But like, God, could you imagine when everyone's healthy? Burns, Carlson, Merkley on that right side,
Ferraro, Middleton, Hataka.
Hataka left the game, so he
Hataka had an injury. But
Yeah.
I mean, like when you said everyone's healthy, I just there's too much talent waiting there. And if you bring Merkley up and after 10 games in the NHL, he isn't as good as you thought, and it was just a hot start, then you can send him back down.
And guess what? He's gonna go dominate the AHL, and you can bring him back up.
I just don't know why we have to commit. I'm not on the team. Why the Sharks have to commit themselves to veterans who are ineffectual. And I don't want to hear about time equity or built up whatever if you're trying to make the playoffs, which is the stated goal, is to make the playoffs. We've seen that Šimek, Vlasic are getting caved in. We know that's happening. If you don't want to bench Vlasic because he makes too much money and he's been on the team for 20 years, fine. At least get one of these guys in the game.
Yes.
It's so exciting to watch the Sharks team and watch how much fun they're having. Like, look at Tomas Hertl. If the difference between Tomas Hertl staying and going is Evander Kane, put Evander Kane on a sled and push him into the ocean.
Or something, yeah.
Floating sled. I don't want him to die, but
yeah.
You get the gist of what I'm saying. I'm doing a lot of jerk-off motions here on YouTube. It's a treat for you viewers, not you listeners.
Yes, that's what, you should subscribe to us on YouTube. But yeah, I mean, this team right now is so much fun, and we'll get to Hertl, just the Hertl love fest here in a minute. But before we do that, we want to tell you guys about a new ad at Shopify.
Canadian company.
Yes.
.com?
.com. So I got to pull up that. Okay. Ka-ching. I don't know about you, but I love that sound. It's the sound of another sale on Shopify, the all-in-one commerce platform to start, run, and grow your business. In case you don't know, Shopify is a complete commerce platform to let you start, grow, and manage a business. The subscription-based software allows you to set up an online store and sell their products. Shopify store owners can sell in physical locations using Shopify POS, our point-of-sale app, and accompanying hardware. And right now, when you visit shopify.com/lockedonnhl, that's all lowercase, you get a free 14-day trial and get full access to Shopify's entire suite of features. Again, grow your business with Shopify today. Go to shopify.com/lockedonnhl right now. Shopify.com/lockedonnhl.
So guys, JD, not me. I'm Canadian. I already had my Thanksgiving, but I think you guys have a Canadian. You guys have an American Thanksgiving coming up.
The Canadian version of Americanized Thanksgiving.
I call it Yanksgiving.
Ooh, there you go.
It's funny. But there's tons of food, right?
Yes.
Tons of desserts?
Yes.
Tons of drinks and other things that are bad for you?
Yes.
So what about this year if you want a tasty dessert, but that isn't full of calories and sugar? Because it's the perfect time for Built Bars. Built Bar is the new holiday dessert for this Thanksgiving. So you can feast on something delicious and not feel bad because there's only 130 calories and only 4 grams of sugar and plenty of protein. Whereas a piece of that pumpkin pie, you're getting like 300, 400, 500. Put some whipped cream on it, like 600, 700 calories. Nobody has one piece of pie. You have like half a pie. Especially at night, the stomach is wearing out, and you go back down to the fridge, and you're like, yeah, pie. That's a lot of calories when you could be having a Built Bar instead. So replace that pumpkin pie with a raspberry Built Bar. Replace that coconut cream pie with a coconut Built Bar. Low calorie, low carb, low fat, high protein, covered in 100% real chocolate, so it tastes like a chocolate bar. Built Bar is a great option for when you're hungry. So you can maybe have a little pregame before Thanksgiving. Maybe that midnight snack turns from pie to a Built Bar. Share some at your family gatherings. It might make things less awkward if you got some real interesting characters in your family. Aunt Mabel, she probably wants a Built Bar. And also, there's new surprises all month. Limited time flavors are arriving at Built.com regularly, so check the site often. There's nothing like a Built Bar Black Friday, so mark your calendar because Black Friday will be a huge event with all sorts of surprises. Go to Built.com, use promo code LOCK15, and you'll get 15% off your order. Use promo code LOCK15 for 15% off Built.com.
Tomas Hertl. What
What a beautiful son of a bitch.
Oh my God. Okay, one thing before we get into the whole like ESPN, like, oh, he's upping his trade value. Like
He
it's-
is.
he is, but it's also
He
like November.
definitely is.
It's
They
also
are not
November
wrong.
2nd. It's November 2nd. Can we at least like enjoy? Like we haven't had much to cheer for as Sharks fans the past couple of years. Can we at least enjoy Tomas Hertl without like, oh, he's upping his trade value, stuff like that. But anyway,
To be fair, I watched the game mostly on mute.
it's fine. You weren't missing anything. The hockey stat card bar. Oh my God. Tomas Hertl was
Tomas Hertl's bar is so big that the card had to get smaller so that they could fit more of his bar in. It's outrageous.
ridiculous. He was a freaking monster tonight. He had 2 goals based on dekes. The first goal where it
Based
was
on dekes.
based
No,
on
not based
dekes.
on anything. Based
Just
based
deking-
offense.
just deking people. The pass by Rudy to set up the first one was just a great pass where Rudy draws both the defenders and then just slides it between them, and then Hertl just destroys Craig Anderson's soul. And then
Craig Anderson retire challenge.
yeah,
You're 40. You don't need this.
you don't need
You
this.
don't need your soul
You
to be
have-
wrapped.
I'm sure you have kids. Go hang out with your kids.
Craig Anderson's out here on a Tuesday night getting raptured by 27-year-old Tomas Hertl from the Czech Republic.
Yeah,
Like, geez, buddy, go
go
do
home.
something else.
And then he almost had another one too. But yeah, then the last one where he just destroyed Darlene and then tucked it home. Poor Craig Anderson.
Tomas Hertl's the best forward on this team. I as much as Logan Couture is the captain, and he was a good soldier for a long time.
But
Tomas
Timo
Hertl,
Meyer.
that's a good like gingerbread man voice.
Yeah.
Wow, impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Timo's great, and I think Timo's resurgence. But we've seen Tomas Hertl play center, and we've seen Tomas Hertl do this a lot more and more often. And he ended last year after his bout with COVID as basically a point per game player, and he's carried that over to this season. I just the team is going to rise and fall with Tomas Hertl, and if he tapers off and has a bad season, that second line needs somebody to carry it, and it's Tomas Hertl is the best player on this team. And you can have guys that are very close and very good, like Meyer, and Couture is pretty good still, and Darlene has been on fire and stuff like that. But Tomas Hertl is just an absolute animal. And that line, Rudy, what an animal. Imagine
What a
being
nice
the Senators
comeback.
and just putting him on waivers.
Yeah. Nice comeback because a couple games ago was definitely not his best game. But I think the last game where you had the Rudy Hertl Eklund line, what was that? I think Thursday or whatever. Yeah. Rudy didn't have a great game, but he really, really dominated. Like,
And-
that's why Rudy's there. But yeah, thanks, Sentence. Thanks
We
again.
got to give idiots. We got to give credit where credit's due. Barabanov
He's been a
is
monster,
looking
man.
like a baller. Now, he's looking good on his own is the thing, too. It's not like Tomas Hertl is just setting up for easy goals and stuff. He's making plays in the offensive zone. He's back-checking responsibly. He's doing the things that you want to see from your second line forward. Now, the real question is here. Rudy, Tommy, Barbie.
Eklund.
Is that bad? That's a terrible nickname. Do you keep them together? And then when Meyer comes back, now you have Couture, Eklund, Darlene, Meyer. So now Eklund needs a spot. So I don't know what you do.
I still
Because
think
Eklund was good. That's the thing, is that
Eklund's-
it's not like
this is
Eklund
a good
played
problem
bad.
to have.
Yeah, it's a very good problem to have.
Yes.
Don't
I
screw
would
it up.
still go back to the Timo, Darlene, Couture line. Like that line is you have to keep them together because they've been
Timo.
so good.
Yes, Timo. Sorry.
Then I would give the Barabanov, Hertl, Eklund line for a little bit, and then
Yes.
let Rudy. Then you have a Rudy, Benito, LeBanc when everyone gets healthy, and then you have a Cogs, Weatherby, Nieto, Leonard.
We don't need-
Yeah,
Sorry, Matt Nieto. We don't need you to see you.
whoever you want to put in for that, but like. Because then Rudy, if Rudy's playing hot and Barabanov's, or Eklund's struggling or something like that, you can swap him up to the second line, or like he's that jack of all trades guy who can kind of fit in where you need him, and that it's good to have guys like that.
Barabanov is much more skill based.
Yeah.
And we've seen that. It'll also separate Barabanov and Rudy because I can't tell their numbers apart.
The 94-92 is killer. Yes.
it's very confusing.
Same thing with the Eklund
not
and
like-
Darlene, the 76-72 on the same
Oh,
line.
it's very confusing. One of them needs to grow like an outrageous mullet or something like that. Just help us out. But I think if Barabanov can emerge and help add another top 9, top 6 guy, I don't know if he's top 6 yet. He's on the right track. He starts scoring and stuff like that. But if he can add another skill guy, and you have 3 skill lines, because Bonino's holding it down quite fine, and him with LeBanc was a really good line to start the season, that's going to help the Sharks have these playoff dreams that they keep talking about. I don't think either of us really think that they're destined for the playoffs, but with the way the Pacific Division is sucking and the way that they're playing,
dead, and there's
there's
the path is
like
there.
1% chance, it went to like 4 or something like that. But
Dom had them at like 56% chance of making the playoffs recently, with all the after their 4-0 start. But yeah, I know. So
cool,
huh? Yeah,
cool.
But
obviously based on a very small sample size. But I don't know how you look at what they've done the last 2 games with the Jets and against the Sabres and think, we need to go back to Nieto and Cogliano and Petter, like all of the guys that aren't giving you this, and Vlasic and Šimek. Sometimes you just got to let the revolution happen. And I'm not saying you have to stick with the children lineup. You could put Meyer back in and then bump like John Leonard out. I think John Leonard's time is heading back to the AHL soon.
Yeah.
Which is fine. But then you don't need to keep Magna in there. Okay. So you bring Vlasic back, but keep Hataka and keep Merkley. You don't need to make these wholesale changes and swap everybody out all at once. You can filter these guys in and hope they provide you with a boost to your team, because Brent Burns is playing 30 minutes a night. Eventually he's going to fall apart and he's not going to be there. Carlson's on the wrong side of 30. Couture's on the wrong side of 30. They need these guys to help carry them. When we've seen Dahlin early in the season. Also really funny when Dahlin and Dahlin hit each other. It's good stuff. Sweet on sweet crowd.
Yes, action.
So they just need, I think they just need to not fall into the trap of going back to what they know in the retread stuff. And we've seen it a couple times where they spurred our expectations. They went to the Lord. They traded the Gambler.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder how he's doing. I
don't know.
Do you think I could bet on how many goals the Gambler is going to score this year?
I'm sure you would get some ridiculous odds if you wanted to bet on how many goals the Gambler is going to score this year. But there's only one place where you can find it.
It's betonline.ag, baby. Because they're back and they're better than ever. There's a new web interface for the start of the hockey and basketball season. There's more props, maybe some Gambler props. More odds, Gambler odds. More lines than ever before. BetOnline remains your number 1 spot for all the basketball and football and hockey action this season. Head to the new updated desktop or mobile website to sign up today and receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Just put the promo code LOCKED ON right here to receive your bonus. From basketball to football to baseball. Baseball's over, so switch to cricket or Aussie Rules football or boxing or UFC or hockey or your favorite Vegas casino game. Don't wait to take advantage of all the amazing offers available for the 2021 season. BetOnline is the fastest and easiest way to bet all your favorite sports. BetOnline, where the game starts.
Mario Ferraro actually led
he scored
the team in minutes. Yeah, he led the team in minutes too.
Yeah, he's played 30 minutes. That's because Brent Burns took a penalty.
Yeah, he had to take a break. Mario Ferraro, good for him, buddy. Yeah,
he's good.
He is very good.
That goal was awesome because the thing about this is that we could go through each player and break it down. We could, but we didn't even talk about the Lord who set up the Ferraro goal, because he's back in the net working hard. He's in a battle and he
providing for
providing for the peasants, the
peoples. Yes.
Yeah. So we're not even going to talk about that. There was a scrum where we ended up taking a penalty where there's 10 guys and he was in there because guy was taking a few liberties and he just jumps right in there and is like, all right, I'll mess you up, guy. And it's the most Canadian thing I've said in a long time. And he's doing all of those things. And we didn't even talk about the Lord. We've barely talked about Barabanov. We've barely talked about Rudy. We didn't talk about Dahlin at all. And he was fine. We haven't even talked about the Lord and Savior, goddamn E5, who was awesome.
Yes.
In this game again.
Yes. Oh man, he almost too. There was
he had so many.
Well, the first off on the Dahlin goal where he's just fighting, him and Couture just fighting in front of the net, and like Eklund's getting back checked and still is able to get the puck out, or out in front there to Dahlin so he can finish the play. But then Couture has passes it from behind the net, and he just
like, missed his skate. I think it was in his skate, sort of off the stick. So he tried to stop it with his skate. It's just the kid is good, and another thing that stands out is that even though he's small, he gets inside position on these guys. Like we're talking about William Eklund, who's a waif in front of the net. There was a play too where he went around, he brought it in with a little bit of speed, not a ton of speed, and he looked off as he crossed the blue line to look for somebody and didn't have it. So he went to the outside around his guy and beat the defender and took it around the net. He tried to actually back pass it back around him out front and it hit the guy's skate, but he was sweet. I don't
always, of course, spinning
twirling towards freedom.
Yes.
We got to put his face on that meme. That's going to be the thing.
Yes.
I think that you have to find room for William Eklund in this top six, and reuniting him with Hertl and then Barabanov, I think is a good call by you. And I think you just gotta be patient. It's coming. You can see that the plays are coming, and he's not a liability on defense. He's not hurting you in other ways. He's taken the benching to heart. If you want to talk like that.
And two, I think like you saw with Merkley, after Merkley scored that goal, how did Merkley play after that? He was a freaking animal after that. So
he was good before too.
Yeah, he was good before, but like just that confidence level goes up another notch. So imagine when Eklund finally like scores and he's like, okay, I can really do this now. And then he just like freaking takes off. It's gonna be one of those ones like when the dam breaks, it's just gonna be, we're gonna get a flurry of goals from Eklund.
Yeah, so. and I don't know I don't think he's really built as a goal scorer, but I think we're gonna get a couple. But I think those assists are gonna keep going up. Like the guy has now his fifth assist?
Fourth
assist.
Yeah,
he could have 4 more if Nick Bonino could score. It's just there's lots of good things, and I don't want the coaching staff to revert back to the things that weren't working. Because look at this game. Look what they did to a hot Buffalo Sabres team with a hot goaltender. Then they didn't have Timo. They didn't have Erik Karlsson. They didn't have a lot of regulars.
Yep.
Just keep this momentum going. These are the good vibes only Sharks. San Jose Sharks organization. I saw that tweet.
Yeah, we saw that. We saw that. We see you. Give us our credentials.
Give us our own show. We'll sell out.
Yeah.
We'll do a daily show about the Sharks for the Sharks.
With credentials? Yeah, please.
Well, we work for the Sharks. Of course we have credentials. I moved to San Jose. I don't care. If you're listening, get at us.
Mm-hmm.
Ideas,
we know
man.
You're listening. We know.
Ideas, man, as well. Anyway.
It's also
really
hard a tag team thing. You have to take both of us. So
yeah. It's like a double Dutch Rudder situation. Imagine they just offered to like me and I left you in the dust. Oh, that'd be so funny. Anyway,
well,
should we end on?
You are the main character of the podcast. We do know this. This is canon.
Oh yeah, did I start the show like that yesterday?
Yes, you did.
I like myself.
I like you too. Buddy.
Should we wrap up with the calming influence of one Sausage Daddy? Oh. Also, we call him that because his goaltending style, he doesn't like go down kind of like in a butterfly with his arms out.
He's like almost
off to the side. He's like kind of hunched over a little bit, and his fingers are like pointing out like a Jedi shooting lightning, sort of out of his fingers, kind of like that. And he's kind of like, it's kind of weird. But if you watch the movie, a fine piece of cinema by Tom Green, called Freddy Got Fingered.
Yes.
I think it's got half a star on like Letterboxd or something like that.
Probably.
He does this thing where he ties up a whole bunch of sausages in a room and then plays the piano and it moves the sausages up and
then
down.
He's eating the sausage as he's doing it.
And then he's eating as he's doing it. And he's doing the Reimer motion, sort of like how Reimer kind of has his arms. And then he says, "Daddy, would you like some sausage?" And that's the genesis of that joke. It's very stupid. Congrats to David and Sean and whoever corporate people are listening to this. Yeah. So that's why we call him that. But I think, where's our podcast of the week? We wonder why we haven't won. I'm sorry, I'm looking at Freddy Got Fingered. It's got 2.7 stars on Letterboxd. What is this? Oh my God.
But that poke check where, first of all, Martin Jones is probably in the neutral zone on that poke check. And then
Martin Jones went for the poke check and his arm dislocated, and then it sent him into the next universe.
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever seen really Martin Jones do a lot of poke checks, but that Reimer poke check was a thing of beauty. That was textbook.
Mm-hmm. And like some of the goals, there was the one just snipe where it was like oh my God, that shot was insane.
Drake Caggiula
Yeah.
literally laid down the greatest slap shot he's ever made in his entire career, going back to when he was 5 and learned how to do a slap shot. That thing was a missile.
Yeah, that thing was insane. But yeah, I mean, it's such a nice thing to have, just real goaltending.
They're never out of it. And even when it was 2-1 after the first period, you weren't thinking, oh great, got to get through the first 5 minutes of the next period.
Mhm.
It just doesn't work that way. He let in a goal to make it 5-3 because Jeff Skinner batted it out of the air and then off of his helmet.
Yeah, they were up
You're
5-3. They were 5-2 at the time.
Yeah. You're never out of it with Reimer in the net. It's great to see the Sharks goaltending really solidify what they can do, and I think that it's helping the team engage offensively. And it's honestly, it helps you play defense more. I've been in this position, been on a lot of high-level sports teams. When you have confidence in the other people around you and you know that bad things aren't just going to happen all the time, I don't want to say you play harder, but there's more of that confidence because even on defense, it's so nice to see.
It's not like any little mistake you make is just going to get compounded.
Yeah, in the back of the net and tickling the twine. Yeah, exactly. It's not. Did we cover it off?
Kyle, I think we got a fraction of this game, but we could probably talk like 3 hours about this game and how great the Sharks are. But
there's so many things. Tomas Hertl was so happy.
He's so
Did you
happy.
see his smile?
Ryan Merkley.
Go?
Ryan Merkley was the 3rd star of the night, buddy. Like,
hell yeah, that shit rules.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look up some quotes, post game quotes, just so we get the full capturing. Nope, not one there.
This is a great podcast.
None of the writers have quoted anything. So no injury update for Hataka.
Yep.
Everybody tomorrow should be asking, where is Hataka?
Yep.
Apparently Tomas Hertl tried the toe drag around the Sabres defenseman earlier in Tuesday. Thought he'd try it again when he was facing Dahlin in the 3rd period. Massive cojones on that man.
Love it.
Yeah. Don't have any quotes coming out of the game. We'll be back tomorrow.
Blues
previewing.
preview.
Blues. Oh, our arch nemesis. Those whiny babies. Do you think they're still complaining about a Timo Meier hand pass, even though they went on to win the freaking Stanley Cup? Man,
Probably.
That is so funny that you won the Stanley Cup. You think, be like, whatever, we faced adversity. There's a hand pass. Who gives a shit? You won the Stanley Cup. Like, honestly. Why? The next season, they trotted goddamn John Hamm out there to talk about the hand pass and the reffing. You won the Stanley Cup. Go eat your trash bagels and your shitty cuisine.
Tomorrow's episode is going to be great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
East St. Louis also sucks. It's a Simpsons joke.
Yes.
You can find us on Twitter
at
Locked On Sharks. If you'd like to be mad about the Blues, pre-maddening, pre-soaking of your cork, you'd like to come.
I'm going to stay this angry for the next 24 hours, guys.
Yeah,
I need you to keep your intensity here.
You can tweet at us.
Yes.
If you have Blues sympathies, please email them to lockedonsharks@gmail.com. I haven't got one in a while. It's good. Somebody promised us a PowerPoint. I haven't got it. Also, I think Kaylee promised us a PowerPoint too. I haven't got that either. Kaylee, I know where you live. I have your number. Twitter, nope. Facebook, Instagram. No, we do have Twitter. It's Locked On Sharks.
We do have Twitter. It's been on
Facebook, Instagram, Locked On Sharks as well.
First of all, if you aren't following us on Twitter, there's something wrong with you.
What the hell are you doing? How do you listen to us and
stuff.
not follow us? I mean, like, granted, there's people that listen to us that don't have Twitter, like old people.
You should just sign up for Twitter just to follow us because it's
make us feel good. Lots of fire memes. Can we say that? Are we too old to say that?
I don't know, man.
Is our Twitter lit? Anyway. Facebook and Instagram for all you boomers out there that want to get your content from there. We will respond to DMs and stuff if you message us there. If you get your content, please keep listening through there. YouTube, please subscribe for all of your hockey needs. If you want How to Storm the Capitol needs, somewhere else on YouTube. But if you subscribed anyway, welcome. Maybe you'll join us in cheering for the Sharks. Who knows?
I think we've got the insert. Now we need to work on the ASMR crowd. We got to get them over here.
We've got the insurrection card. Now we got to get the ASMR crowd.
Yeah, so we got to do the little like.
If you would like to subscribe to the San Jose Sharks podcast, Locked On Sharks, go to YouTube and hit subscribe.
this show is off the rails.
My co-host is JD.
Kyle's at Kyle Demetrius.
He puts up with my shit. I didn't even say your Twitter handle.
I know. You can see it right here on the.
Yeah, but not everybody watches. We only have like
You should.
340 subscribers.
I
So
know.
frankly, not many people are watching. More people are listening. Now I'm holding my mic really weird. I'm actually holding it off of the table. Okay, we need to go. He's at my front hole.
Kyle.
Yeah.
at Kyle
Oh, I
Demetrius.
should do it like Mr. Kennedy and hang it from my roof. Like his intro. Oh yeah, this is good shit. Anyway, come back tomorrow for the St. Louis Blues preview. We'll be back Friday. I'm going out again this weekend. Who knows where I'll be in this universe? Shout out to everybody that listens. You're the real MVPs. JD, just cut the thing.
No. Thanks for making us your first listen.
Oh,
Go
yeah,
listen to the
that.
Fantasy Hockey Podcast.
Locked on
Tomas
Habs.
Hertl is a goddamn beaut.
You're a beaut.